10,650 pounds. As you see it today, this is the Cougar 315 RLS here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Very, very popular layout across the RV industry. We tend to carry multiple versions of layouts like this from different manufacturers like Eagle, Montana's, Pinnacles, etc. And they all hit the general marks of having like the maximum amount of living space and great storage in a minimal towing length, hovering just high or just shy of that hard 35-foot mark. So it allows you to get into a lot of like national parks or frankly just travel and navigate very well. Something I've noticed from personal experience is a 35-foot fifth wheel, when you turn, the tires on this thing will almost perfectly mirror where the tires on your vehicle go. So getting in and out of places, it feels very natural, very organic. You don't necessarily feel like you need to do that big, huge, yacht-wide sweep when you're turning into like a, Cracker Barrel to pull over and grab a bite to eat. Now, I don't normally get a chance to do this, but we sell a bunch of this model. This is very popular here at Haylett RV. And we bring it in both interior decors. Basically, this is called Twig, but basically we're going to call them dark and light. And I also thought, hey, what an opportunity to really get a chance to showcase those nice wood slat blinds and how they really can pretty much block everything out, because it's midday right now. You can see a little bit of sun bleeding through the bottom of those, but you get the idea. But guys, I would love it if you could do me a favor. Leave me a little note in the video description, write us a little letter, whatever. What do you prefer? Do you prefer the look of this darker twig color, or do you prefer the lighter decor that you're going to see in just a few minutes here? I'm really curious to know what you think. Placing stuff in transit or trying to pack the RV can be something of a trick. However, they nailed the layout on the 315 RLS Cougar here at Haylett RV. You can see that obviously we can get into the freezer section very simple and easily, and you can get into this refrigerator door, but notice that there's not a solid partition, so if you do have to kind of reach around the corner, maybe slightly inconvenient, but the fact is you got a big fridge that you can access while you're rolling down the road. You also can pretty much get to most of the storage space right here, so as long as you plan accordingly for travel stops, it's actually not too bad and fairly impressive on how much you can access when you are in motion and in transit. And this is an immensely popular layout here at Haylett RV. And what's cool here is, like, let's say you've been looking at something like that big, beautiful 3120 Montana. It's an awesome machine, but it's heavier and it's significantly more expensive. What if you could get all the key components of that Montana at a much lighter weight category and a much easier to manage weight category? And that's exactly what the 315 Cougar is. It just does everything that's really killer. Like, you want double air conditioners, you want 0 degree rated, you want the opposing sides, all the big windows, great storage, great kitchen, king bed, big shower, big bathroom. It's got all that. It's got all that in this dynamite package right here. Now, it's got a couple cool things too, like at night, you notice how you've got these glowing panels in that ceiling light fixture as well as in your slide fascia. This has some awesome LED night lighting, and it will, like I kind of call it stealth mode, it'll really brighten up in here very nicely, be very comfortable for you. You also have an easy viewing, direct facing entertainment center, and that TV's on a really aggressive double jointed articulating swing arm. So if you want to make it face the sofa, you can. You want to face the theater cinema seating, you can. You want to face the dinette, you can. You can kind of make it face any little direction that you want it to, really. Below it, we have that Bluetooth DVD player and extra large, space heating fireplace down there. Now, both sides of the sofa, note that they have storage stands, so you have room to put stuff on top of them, room to put stuff under them, and they have household outlets on both sides of that sofa. And that is a really handy feature, whether it's for phone chargers or CPAP machines. And I mentioned CPAP machines here in the living room of this Cougar because you've got a nice guest hide-a-bed back there that can sleep adult guests, and perhaps they need their nice little breathe easy machine with them. And you do always maintain full use and access to, well, you could sit at both theater seats very easily, but this one can also still fully recline. Now, what's kind of cool here, guys, is that all of your windows, instead of having like conventional pleated shades, you have these really rugged wooden shades, and they function and act exactly like pleated shades. You just sort of lift them up and down. But what's nice is they're a little stronger, and they are much, much easier to clean. And as long as we're speaking of windows, I want to just kind of start, I want you to start counting all the windows, because there's a ton of them. And again, one of the main differences on the 315 that the 310 lacked. Well, the 310 had all these windows, it did, but they're always looking at the neighbor's campsite. The 315 Cougar, all these windows are looking at your site, so you get to enjoy the, you know, the area, the space, the scenery that you want, that you paid for, that you sought out when you booked that camping adventure. You don't want to watch the neighbors have a good time. You want to have a good time. Now, also keep in mind the one that's in stock could be different. Like this is the lighter decor. Cougar always offers like a dark, a lighter decor. Your chairs won't really change typically. It's usually just your sofa skins that tend to be updated with that. Sometimes your little window valances, but not too much. So, I mean, these windows are just letting in a flood of light, but you've also got a ton of light coming within the slide out. There is dimmer switch lighting in the slide there, so if you do want to kind of just dim the lights a little bit, whether it's movie night or something like that, in conjunction with those LED light panels, this is very comfortable, nice, and easy to view in the evening times. But during the day, you know, you gotta eat. Guys gotta eat, girls gotta eat. So, what does the Cougar bring to the table when it comes to putting food on the table? That is the question. And the answer to that question is a ton of storage capacity. Let's start right up front here. So right when you walk in the door, you have this handy little sort of like entry bureau. But this would be a great little sort of coffee corner, you know, a little coffee bar right here with that appliance outlet right there. But note, that's a full backsplash on that bar right there. So if you do set, like if you just tend to toss your keys or your stuff or some papers or mail or whatever up there, whatever it is, you know, if you splash something, it's not going to mess up that wall. You have a little guard there. And, you know, we are not hurting for like big pots and pan space. Your Montanas are really the ones that get all the notoriety for being full-time use RVs, but there are plenty of full-time RVers using Cougars out there. And there's no reason you can't. I mean, they have basically the same construction as a big Montana, basically the same features, just a little bit smaller size and a little bit less glitter, I guess you could say. Don't get me wrong, that glitter's nice, but it doesn't necessarily have to be there. And that's what this is. This is the more, I don't know, down-to-earth big fifth wheel package. Max Air vent fan up there. Thankfully, there is a wall controller, so you don't need to be 10 feet tall. And a larger 4-door, 12 cubic foot fridge freezer, gas and electric, so traveling friendly. And it has that convenient auto changeover in the event of power loss, which is very handy, again, for seasonal type users. Big residential sized microwave over there with full storage around it. Now, there is a window below that microwave for more visibility, but again, the sun was killing me there, so it's killing me, Smalls. Now, there's an appliance outlet above the countertop space in this little alcove here. So if you are looking for another little coffee maker or blender corner, plenty of space to do that. And since the cabinet isn't like 10 feet above the countertop, you shouldn't have trouble reaching anything. Now, anywhere you're going to see counter space in this thing, you're going to see storage, and they utilize every ounce of space they can. The shelves in this Super Slide pantry here, they are fully adjustable, removable even. You can convert this into whatever space you want, and we're still not done. The hits just keep on coming, as you notice that the TV swings out of the way to reveal an extra pantry space back here, an additional big chunk of storage area, and hey, why not throw a couple drawers above, because there was space to do it, so why waste anything? But that's not all. If we take a look over here, you can see that we've also got full storage within this island, and they've done a bang-up job of it. We've got drawers all the way down to the floor, so they didn't waste an opportunity, and they're all right there next to the campsite cook. And just to make this next part easier, I like to kind of close those drawers so we can open these doors all the way. Below the sink, you can see how we've got some great pots and pan storage, or frankly, if you just need a place to put your Dawn dish soap or whatever, we got a spot for that too. And then, if you want like a big old wastebasket, we got a perfect place for it right in there. So, you know, when it comes to storage, every ounce counts, and here in this Cougar, they don't let an ounce of space go to waste. They really utilize this very well. I think it's not an accident that this thing is very darn popular. As we head upstairs here, there's a neat little motion light in the hallway, so whether you're just coming in from outside, bam, there it is, or if you are going up or down the stairs at night to get to the bathroom or to get, you know, from the upper deck to do a, you know, late night refrigerator raid on the leftovers, you can. and you can do so safely. We've also got the in-command system here, and my battery's low. I thought my lights were getting a little bit dark, but isn't it kind of cool that it's like, hey, you should probably check on your batteries, but it also shows you your holding tank capacities. You know, it tells you in real time the voltage that's remaining or coming off your battery right now. You can do your water heater, water pump, slides, awnings. You can control your heating and cooling right from here. And if you can do it from there, you can do it from here, right off your phone. So if you wake up at night and you're too hot, or if you're sitting over there in that theater seat watching TV and the sun comes through the clouds and all of a sudden you're like, wow, I'm baking. Grab your phone, turn up your air conditioner, or turn it down. I think you know what I mean. That's one of those weird things I don't know how to ever phrase correctly. And you can control all that right from here. It is really, really cool. And by the way, that's what these little guys are. These are thermal probes. They talk to this to tell it, here's the temperature in the hallway, or here's the temperature in the bedroom, or the living room, or wherever you happen to find those. A little revision from the previous generation. They got away from the pivot door and went back to just a full sliding privacy door. It just helps it get out of the way a little bit. Even though I thought it was really smart, the fact is this works really well too. And some people mentioned that the pivot door could occasionally swing open in transit. It's not something I ever really noticed with all the trailers that we move around here and all the different people we talk to, but it was an occasional piece of feedback. But what I like is Cougar didn't say, well, maybe you didn't, hook the door up. They went, hey, no sweat. Let's just get rid of it and let's do something that we know guarantee works. They didn't want to make an argument out of it. They just solved the problem. Little details too, like we actually have a towel bar here in the bathroom, and decent linen space in the shower area is also very nice. Porcelain foot flush stool. Plenty of leg room, in front of that toilet, or room to actually stand in front of the sink, shave your face, get your hair ready, whatever. Easy in-out shower, and I like this clear shower door that they're utilizing now, so that it makes the whole room look and feel bigger, doesn't it? Plus, we still have a nice large vanity over here with the extra large storage inside of it. And here around this extra large sink, we have a sealed edge countertop. So in the kitchen, we have solid surface. And here we have a material called thermal foil, but the idea behind it is that water still can't penetrate into it. Now, notice that our interior walls, these doorways, they are very thick. They're like 3-inch interior walls. And if you ever get in one of these, I want you to find a doorway like this and just hand thump it. It is solid. Be careful because it's solid. It is fully studded out so that this doorway always remains square. That way, the door isn't flying open in transit. Now, two major things to talk about as we enter the bedroom here. The first is the optional second air conditioner that you can add from the factory level on a Keystone Cougar. What I like about this is that when you get it from the factory, like we tend to here at Haylett RV, with basically no intentional exceptions, it's centralized. So both air conditioners are shared into the centralized system. And since this air conditioner is in the front, the other air conditioner is in the back, you get good cooling on the front and back ends of the RV, which are your evening sleeping spaces, if you notice. Not to mention the fact that since they're on opposite ends, they both push toward the middle, so the whole RV will cool very nicely. This is a great sun season camper. Also, we have the optional 70 by 80 king bed. We can get you one with a queen, that's not a problem. But if it's got a king, it can always go down to a queen, can it? So that's really no big deal. What is nice, though, is that you understand, you get the idea that you do have a bigger bed space here. We've got those nice bedside breeze windows on both sides. You'll also find side stands with household and USB plugs near either side of the sleeping area. Like those you see are in like a little bedside stand that's sort of hidden within the closet. Now, if you want to, you could grab your phone to operate your ceiling lights via in-command. And quick note, if you are sensitive to things like flashing lights, please kind of caution yourself moving forward here. But they give you a light switch, is what I'm getting at. What's really nice about the in-command system, you don't have to get up and down and go to that computerized panel to operate it. You can use it off your phone, but frankly, there's still just a light switch in the hallway, in the living room, in the bedroom. There's still switches where you expect them. So you have fancy pants Bluetooth function, but you don't have to use it. We've got 8 foot of storage across the front of this, which is normal in fifth wheel bedrooms nowadays. This is set. If you want to throw a combo washer dryer in there, you do have the ability to do so. But statistically speaking, 98% of people are not going to do that, and they are going to use it just for storage. The good news, is, obviously, it's got plenty of storage space. And I like how they even put the shelves down in there. Big window across from the bed, giving you good visibility. Very nice if you hear a wacky sound at night. More of those nice wood slat blinds. And Cougar still includes TV up here in the bedroom. What's funny is this is even on a swing arm. I don't know why you'd need this to be on a swing arm, but that's just what Cougar does. They're like, hey, because we can, for lack of a better explanation, you know, why cut the corner now? Now, the very obvious change outside from the previous generation of Cougar is that skin color change. And it really is just the base skin color, as opposed to, I thought it was a really sharp looking color package they had before. They just got rid of the tan, replaced it with white. Makes it look a lot more, I don't know, modern, three-dimensional. Of course, what also gives it that 3D look are the raised Cougar graphics on the nose. It really does kind of jump off the cap at you. Like most RV nose caps, this is painted. I'm really not aware of many fifth wheel manufacturers worth their salt who aren't doing that. It is nice, though, that the painted nose caps from Keystone are covered within their 3-year structural warranty. That is not something you can assume from all manufacturers with similar warranty types out there, like these 3-year structural things. They are not all created equally. So let's look at a couple of the more fine details on a Cougar that kind of separate it. You got the little hitch vision reflective panel mirror up here, and you see that docking light above. If you've got something like a roll-up tonneau cover where it prevents you from obviously seeing your hitch directly in your truck, that little spot mirror can help give you a little bit of a guide point to get hooked up and in there. You see the Road Armor pin box. That's something that, geez, at the time of this filming, only like 6 months ago, they just switched over to give you a better, smoother ride on your destination with that shock-absorbing pin box. You'll find a matching Road Armor suspension package equipped on these as well, which is the same thing that, again, Big Sister Luxury Montana uses. I also like that they keep their spare tire up in here, out of the wind, rain, snow, and weather, although it would not be hard to relocate that should you personally choose to do so. We do like to outfit these with the optional 4-point auto leveling system to make, you know, setting and braking camp push buttons simple. What's neat about that is it does have a vehicle hitch height memory setting, which is what most auto leveling systems have, but I don't know that I've talked about it very much lately, so I thought, hey, why don't we bring that thing back? Long story short, when you back into your campsite, you're gonna need to extend these front jacks a little bit so that you can take the pressure off the vehicle to get the vehicle out. Well, where you stop raising that, the trailer's going to go, aha, that's exactly where I need to get back to, and it's time to hitch up. So there's also a button you can hit to get it basically back to hitch height, so you can back straight under it, hook up, and head out. So it's just little details like that that are nice on that system. You'll find slam latches on both sides of our pass-through doors, although I like the gas struts on this side as opposed to more conventional plastic holdbacks. You know, they're less expensive, but they're also, you know, going to get brittle in the sun and break, and you can pull on them and break them easily. You don't have that problem here. Also, neat little Cougar thing. They've done this for years. Little sort of tool chest, really. And it's the simplest thing, but it's the little things that separate the big brands, guys. We've got our enclosed docking center. All of our gate valves and everything are all heated, protected. Cougars are and have been 0-degree rated for some time now. Their outside shower here comes with this handy little blue coily hose. And it's got a residential fitting on the end of it. So if you want to hook a garden hose sprayer up to it and do some campsite cleanups next to our sewer thing here, a little courtesy cleanup station, you can. The Key TV system, if you're not familiar with that, basically, there's no more need for a signal antenna booster with Keystone RVs equipped with the Key TV system. It's a proprietary thing that they put a lot of effort into. And what it does, basically, is it kind of has a signal detector coming in on the line so that it routes the appropriate signal to the TV. I've stated it very, very simply and could do a whole separate 30-minute video on that, but you get the idea. One of the things I do like on these is how tight their slide seals fit. Like, I can barely get my fingers in here, and I don't even know if you can see it on camera because it's way back there. But there's yet another wiper seal behind this. You see the bulb seal here. There's a matching bulb seal on the inside, so we have 3 slide seals in contact with the slide all the time. Plus, we got this rough textured skin that's going to help wipe that seal all the way in or out, just like it did. You see how it's wiped out very nicely, even though this is a shallow slide. It grabbed that seal and whipped it all the way out exactly like it's supposed to. Then on the inside of the wall, take a look at this. There's actually an interior rain channel, basically, on the inside face rim of that slide out. So that in a heavy rain situation, even though you've got the double wiper seals, it is possible some water could still wick through. So Keystone said, why not? Why not let that happen? Why not control it, and why not get rid of it, and we'll get, shunt it down and out of the RV instead of, you know, causing a problem. It's just a little simple details like that make all the difference. Now down here, like I said, simple details. We've got a sewer hose caddy so that our black tank, or pardon me, sewer hose, it's away from everything else, because you don't want your sewer hose in the same storage tote as something like your freshwater hoses. And you can see how they are including a 2-inch receiver hitch on the back here, so that your 3-year structural warranty, of which Keystone's is the single most comprehensive in the industry, doesn't get voided because you want to put a bike rack on the bumper. You know, this is built for performance. It's not built hoping you break the warranty. We are backup camera ready. That's the little Darth Vader hood that's sticking out below the middle upper marker light. And we do have reverse travel lighting. When you shift into reverse, these 4 white LED elements over here will flash, and ladies and gentlemen, well, they won't flash, they'll ignite, and they are bright. I don't know how many lumens exactly they measure. I know it's a lot, because I know that if I stare directly at it during the day, it's like staring at an arc welder, and it like leaves a little shadow burn in my eye. This model also benefits from not 1, but 2 power awnings, due to the fact that over here on the Super Slide, which by the way, loaded with campside windows. You know, if you're looking for great visibility on your site, again, you've got them right here. Maximum big size windows, all the windows in that slide opening for airflow. And you've got this slide mounted awning right here. You know, with these door side Super Slides on a 35-foot fifth wheel like this, it would eat up your patio space. Well, now you don't have that challenge. Instead, you've got really like, I don't know, 20 plus foot of awning space here, where you can throw your picnic tables, have a little barbecue, cookout, whatever works for you. We've got the 4-plank rather, Moride stable step system that comes on these with those adjustable foot pegs. We also have a larger entry door handle and a wider 30-inch door, plus it's also 6.5 foot tall, which is residential height. Notice how it's the same height as that slide out. That's kind of a good barometer right there. Compare the door against a slide that's sitting right next to it. The reason I want to point this out is that is a taller door than many, not all, but many mid-profile fifth wheels use. It's the same size door that a giant full-time warranted Montana luxury fifth wheel uses. Pretty darn cool. For a guy like me, it means not a head knocker. And remember, that is a full window in that entry door, not just like a you know, frosty piece of glass. Double slam latches, double magnet holdbacks, pretty common stuff nowadays, but still nice to see that they are there. And we've got a large basement cavity that holds a couple cool things for us. Obviously, it can hold a bunch of cargo. But while we're up here, did you notice that motion light kick on for us? How cool is that? So you can actually see when you're in here. For instance, if you want to activate your 12-volt tank heaters or get in here to the in-command brain system. So Keystone was the first and is still one of the only towable RV manufacturers to color code all their wiring, which has improved the quality control of their wiring systems. And then, God forbid you have a service need, it makes it a lot easier to get to it. These are much, much higher grade fuses, basically, to overstate it simply. And then you got this thing here. What if we're outside and we don't want to go inside to run an awning opener close or something? Well, you don't have to. You can do that stuff right from here, pick the motor you want, open or close it right there, and hey, outside TV hookups just to kind of complete the outdoor package. And I think I mentioned this, but if I didn't, we also have all LED lighting, whether it's tails, markers, inside, outside, everything. So this thing always, you know, is a little more reliable, a little bit safer. LED taillights specifically are significantly safer than incandescent bulbs. That being said, I don't really see many brands using incandescent taillights anymore, but the reason LED lights are safer is because they flash faster. So if the guy behind you has to hit the brakes because you have to hit the brakes, at 60 miles an hour, it can give the person behind you up to 5 feet, if not more, of additional stopping time due to that split-second greater reaction time from LEDs versus incandescents. And just like we have that lighter, brighter, whiter skin, which will make this RV cooler in the direct hot sunlight, we have a matching light-colored roof membrane for the exact same reasons. We also have very heavy-handed use of sealants, as well as these roof attic vents, and that What this little guy lets you do, there's a couple of them on this RV because it's so big, is the heat that gets trapped between the interior ceiling panel and the exterior roof decking that I'm standing on currently. It allows that heat to be exhausted, which will help keep this RV much, much more comfortable in the hot summer sunlight. Another thing is the white AC shrouds. It'll keep the AC unit itself from getting too hot so that the AC unit can actually pump cooler air into the RV. What I'm getting at here is if you live in scorching sun country, this Cougar's gonna take care of you. And based on the feedback we had from actual owners last fall during a polar vortex winter, their cold camp package is not overstated. But we've got a lot of good RVs, and they all have their own good qualities, whether it's this one, that one, or another one. And that's why we put these videos and put this effort out here, guys, to help you better understand what each of these different things represents and what they bring to the table for your specific wants, needs, and preferences. And short of that, over here in this building, we got, hitching pieces, parts, trades, finance, truck and trailer package deals, RV delivery, and everything between. But we don't do hidden dealer fees. That's just not the kind of business we are. So, take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.